welcome to Active Live. We have General Vibe in the studio with us today. How are you going?
I'm really well, thank you.
So General Vibe is the project of Joseph Shepherd, and he's recently just been performing at the Valhalla Australian bushfire gig. How was that?
Yeah, it was great. I was really keen to do something for the bushfires, and there's not much I can.
Yeah.
So I was really happy to be able to give something.
That's really cool. So who are you performing with, and how did the styles kind of complement each other?
So it's the first time I'd seen both of them, Sports Dreams and Cold Ceiling. And Sports Dreams was really nice and mellow. Cold Ceiling was a little heavier, quite experimental, and then it kind of mellowed back down for General Vibe.
Yeah.
So it was a nice little rock climb.
That's cool. That's a really cool way to think of it, as like a rock climb. So is there a difference between you, Joe, and General Vibe? Is it like an extension of yourself? Is it like a character or a project?
Yeah, I'd say it's quite a strong representation of myself. But I guess I focus more on certain parts, the way I think, but not necessarily the things I do, if you know what I mean.
Definitely kind of more your inner workings rather than actions.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you were also performed at Twisted Frequencies.
Yeah, that's right.
How was that?
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's like a huge thing to play at.
Mm-hmm. I've never even been to a festival before.
Oh.
So it was my cherry festival. And it was great, yeah. I was a creature by the end of the day, not enough sleep. And
I think most people are, especially at the end of Twisted Frequencies. Most people are gremlins of some degree.
It's all in the name, eh?
Yeah, that's such a cool first festival story, though.
Yeah, it was great. Highly rate it. And big thanks to Dee for getting me in there.
Yeah, no, definitely. So we have General Vibe in the Orcon Active Live Room, if you were just tuning in now, and I think we should go into our first track. What is it today?
This one's called Miss Emily.
Cool. That does not answer my question.
That is a good point.
Wish time could just
Yeah, is that all? That was fantastic. That
Thanks.
was such a beautiful song.
Thank you.
Yeah, that how you were saying before that last night at Valhalla was a bit of a rock climb. I feel like you took our listeners on like a similar journey, kind of brought in the sweet tones, the like romantic meanings, and you just kind of came up into a real groover. That would have
Ramped it
gone
up.
off at Twisted Frequencies. Oh
a
my
good one.
gosh, that's fantastic. So where do you draw your like lyrical inspirations from?
I loved writing poetry when I was little.
Oh yeah.
And then I got into like rapping. But it kind of felt a bit like I was forcing something.
Oh yeah.
So I moved more towards like, because I was really into trip hop, like Massive Attack, Portishead kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then my hip hop beats and rapping sort of turned into that, and then now it's turned into whatever it is now.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. That's so interesting that you start off with rapping. What, apart from being part of trip hop as well, what did you have any inspirations as like a kid in regards to rappers or like musicians?
Yeah, I loved East Coast, like Big L and Nas.
Cool.
Were probably my two favorite rappers growing up, especially Big L. Like, yeah, as like gruesome as he could be, like I just love what it like encaptures, like a side of life I like have no idea about.
Yeah, well, I guess that's the whole thing why those legendary rappers are so legendary, is because they could tell stories and relate to people even if they haven't had the same kind of experiences. So from an interesting rap background and what General Vibe has become now, you also perform with Heavy Chest as well. How is it performing your own stuff and performing with other people?
It was weird being the front man. I was always in the shadows just playing the bass. So I thought it would kind of be like a make or break moment where I'd feel either super uncomfortable or love it. And I really like it. Like, I felt like I could be myself, be a bit cheeky.
Yeah.
And yeah, so.
That's very cool.
It is a weird contrast. You definitely feel more nervous when you're going up and singing as opposed to just like doing something where you, I guess, less responsibilities.
Oh, yeah. That's really interesting. So how has your front manning, I guess, kind of transitioned over your gigs? Are you very much front manning the way you used to, or have you kind of changed your style?
You mean in Heavy Chest?
In General Vibe and compared to Heavy Chest?
Yeah, General Vibe Live is still quite like a baby. I think that was our third gig as a band yesterday at Valhalla. So I'm still kind of trying to find my feet and see what works and what doesn't. But it's a bit of a trip, like interacting with the crowd in a different way. And Andre does it really well in Heavy Chest, so like it's a good person to have by my side.
Yeah, kind of draw from. That's really interesting that General Vibe, that was your guys' third gig, because Active Whānau, listen to this, General Vibe just missed out on 1 million streams on Spotify for last year. That is crazy. And your track, I think it was Nectarines, was also featured on Netflix's Dear White People.
Yeah.
How did that opportunity come about? How do you feel?
Yeah, I thought it was a spam email when I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Because everyone who has like a SoundCloud will know you get heaps of emails being like, hey, we heard your music and we want it to be on this, but it's just copy and paste. But so I got one from the lady, I can't remember her name, but she does the soundtrack for Orange is the New Black and a bunch of other shows as well.
Cool.
And she must have just heard it through Spotify on Discover Weekly. Yeah, and hit me up, and they used it in like it was really well used. I was a bit nervous that they might it was unreasonable of me, but I was worried that they would like use it in a way like worst case scenario, you know?
Oh, well, that's not unreasonable. This is your art form and it's your baby kind of thing. So like you're allowed to be worried about how people are going to use it. That's very cool. That's incredible. And Nectarines is actually off your EP,
Yeah,
Nectarines.
Nectarines.
And that's out on where? Where can our listeners find Nectarines?
Spotify will be my main hub, but it's on, I guess, distributed to like Apple Music and Tidal and all the goodies.
All the good stuff.
SoundCloud as well, YouTube.
So if whatever service you all use, you have absolutely no excuse not to listen to this amazing, amazing soundscapey, ambient, beautiful stuff. Should we roll on into the next track?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Fantastic stuff.
Thanks.
So that was Hey Man?
Yeah, that's right.
And is that off the Nectarines EP or is that its own single release?
That's its own, yeah. So I released it like 4 years ago.
Whoa.
But the mix was really bad.
Oh.
So I took it down and redid it recently. Filmed a video with Jay Marino, which was the idea was spinning on one of the the kind of little chair that spins around in a playground.
Oh, yeah.
So we almost threw up like multiple times during the filming.
Pain for the art, eh?
Yeah, pain for the art. But we got it.
That's cool. Did you have to stop filming a couple of times just to, like, make sure you weren't going to chunder everywhere?
We managed to pull through, and we made some like makeshift kind of like harnesses, because obviously Jay had to like film, and then we also had to be spinning the thing around at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Could you imagine like a family coming to the playground and just going, hey, what's going on
Yeah,
here? And
it was Newtown, so you know.
Oh, yeah, that's all right. It's fine.
Yeah,
We love our Newtown.
we do. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you're just doing the solo set today, but tell us a little bit about the other members of General Vibe and how you all came together, because you're all in different groups as well.
Yeah, a lot of busy men in the band.
Cool.
Josh Brown is the drummer for General Vibe. He and also Chris Moses on the bass. I met them on my first night in Wellington, actually.
Oh, cool. Where?
At Fringe Bar at the open mic.
Nice.
And then we've played in Ghost Who Walks together. Much love to Sam Fowles from Ghost. And then I decided like a long time ago I need to put a band together. And I finally did it. And Andre Smith from Heavy Chest is playing guitar.
Cool. That's really interesting that you're bringing Andre in. It's very cool that you're drawing from different bands and like you all have performed with different people, so you kind of get all the different kind of influences going on.
Yeah, too right.
So you've released a group of work over the past couple of years. Are we expecting a new EP soon, and what can
Yes.
people expect from it?
It's rather depressing. So I've sort of been like toing and froing whether to release it in summer, but I think I'm going to.
Well, the whole idea of summertime sadness is like a very real thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there'll be some people that can relate to it. But yeah, I think any time would probably be good.
Yeah, I'm keen to get it out there as well, because some references probably aren't going to be as relevant in like a 6 months time.
That's interesting. With your references, are they kind of social commentary based, or is it people in your life, or what are the references?
Sort of just like how we kind of blame everything else before blaming ourselves. And some of those people, like Trump, isn't going to be around much longer. So
hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
No, just make sure the Senate and everybody gets everything sorted. That's fantastic. That sounds really introspective. And how was that kind of process, creating an EP that did look inwards first? Like, how was that for you?
Some of them were really hard. They're pretty heavy songs, a lot of them, and they mean a lot to me. And it's kind of a weird line where, like, I don't want to make people feel miserable, but also, like, the journey of the EP kind of, like, ends on a note where, like, it's okay, but I don't really know if it's going to be okay, but we can only hope it's going to be okay.
Oh, exactly right. In the way that we could, that is the only thing we can do is hope that it's going to be okay. I've often found that if I listen to songs that make me miserable, I'm also like, wow, I'm not alone, kind of in the world. So I guess that's a really positive thing that could come from the EP. Does the EP have a title yet?
Yeah, I only named it a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to call it Californian Rocket Fuel.
Oh, I like that a lot. We got some giggles from the studio. I like that. Is it referencing what we're thinking it is?
Nah, it's like a concoction of antidepressants used in California.
Oh.
So it's kind of like, it seems like something it's not, but...
Interesting. That's really, really cool. Have you spent much time in California?
Nah.
Fair.
But I was on the Californian Rocket Fuel for a while.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that. I really like that. That's really incredible that you're coming here and sharing such a, I guess, vulnerable side of yourself with the actor whānau. It's very cool.
Thanks.
Yeah. Should we head along into the last song before
Yeah,
we wrap
sure.
up?
Sounds good.
Yeah? What's this one called?
This one's called Feeling Low. It's from the EP.
Oh, exciting! You are listening to the incredible sounds of General Vibe in the Orcon Active Live Room with a track called Feeling Low. And that is from the upcoming EP Californian Rocket Fuel?
That's the one, yeah.
Ah, there we go. I don't have a memory like a sieve. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in today and sharing all of your music and your stories with us.
My pleasure. I want to give a quick shout out to my fiancée, Emily. She does all my artwork and she's like fantastic. Embla Fred. My legend.
Out to you, Emily. We can hear the love that you two have in your songs.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, thank you so much. This has been so wholesome and beautiful. Where can people find you to keep up with what you've got coming up, like any upcoming gigs or releases?
Yeah, I'm playing next week with Androgynous Lemon.
Androgynous Lemon.
Androgynous.
Yeah.
And Bad Hagrid at Meow on Waitangi Day, which I'm really looking forward to. And that's with the band.
Oh, with the full band?
Mm-hmm.
Great. I think that's at Valhalla. Oh, no, is it Meow?
That's Meow.
Meow. Meow. There we go. But that's fantastic. You have been listening to General Vibe in the Orcon Active Live Room. As always, Active Live is made with the support of New Zealand On Air Music. And we now have Ava on standby for the Friday Drive.
Active Live. Friday, 3:30. Every week a new band in studio.